Well, a stalker. Or so I assume, judging by your attire and demeanor. And yet your face is unknown to me. To me? Ridiculous. You're a sweeper, perhaps? But no matter. Ignorant fools say that we are adversaries, but in truth, our relationship is not that hostile. I do so look forward to working with you. Have you something to say? Red hair. Red hair. Could you be speaking of Leia Florence? Why didn't you just say so? If you're looking for the legendary stalker, you should just come out with it. But, if I may ask, what could you possibly want with a living legend? A helper, you say? Yes, she was here, but she took that lift, headed down. Simply said she had something to take care of, but heaven knows what that could be. Perhaps she's gone to slay that poor, crazed lunatic, the one afflicted with the petrification disease. She is the legendary stalker after all. There's a reason they say only merciful death remains in her wake. Perhaps you've heard the tale of the blood artist. Just one of the monikers of a murderous puppet that targeted only the upper crust of society. It was a dreadful affair. Many a stalker tried to apprehend the blood artist, only to die by his blade. But he was no match for one in particular, who took him down on her own. The stalker not only beat the blood artist in single combat, but she utterly dismantled him. And she goes by the rather pedestrian name, Leia Florence, though most everyone just calls her by the loftier moniker, the legendary stalker. Romeo? Never heard of him. Oh! The sidekick. The legendary stalker's young apprentice, I suppose. He could be the reason she's been so, on edge of late. I beg your pardon? What year is it? Are you, under the influence of some strange medication? You may well want to study the provenance of your petrification cure. A word to the wise, don't trust any medicine that an alchemist doesn't hand to you personally. The Monad Charity House. You've heard of the Rose Estate? That's where you'll find your cure. Who's that? Klaus. Klaus. No, not ringing a bell. Who's he supposed to be? Oh! Perhaps you mean the merchant the legendary stalker unceremoniously tossed aside as she waltzed through here. He said to handle rare ergo and other precious pieces. A real expert, supposedly. Not that I know or ever meet personally with such merchants. For someone in my position, even sharing a meal can cause, misunderstandings. If you're looking for the legendary stalker, she took that lift, went down. Well, don't let me stop you. If you want to talk to her, follow her. Splendid! What a pleasure to meet a stalker worthy of the name. It's been far too long. Utter perfection. In the right light, I could even believe you were a gentleman. Well, if it isn't the lad who stalks the legendary stalker. I didn't see you there. Well, if it isn't the lad who stalks the legendary stalker. Are you hurt anywhere? No, you're not. So very glad to know you are unharmed, my good fellow. Like me, surely you've heard of the tragedy of the Zelator underground facility. Such a loss. And Veronic, to think she met such a horrible end. It rends my very heart in two. We disagreed on nearly everything, but there was respect, and on her part, greatness. I must know. Did she say anything to you before she died? Did the medicine claim her sanity and finally drive her mad? I am truly sorry to hear that. A heroic end, but such a tragedy. The legendary stalker. And you know where she's going. If you do, there may be a way we can offer her a bit of assistance. You had something more? This is alchemist territory. One might say this place is where all the ergo we use comes from. But the alchemists found something else underground. Something so dangerous, most of them fled. They'd say, retreated. Only mining puppets left in there now, still working away. But that doesn't make it safe. Let caution be your watchword. Me? I had some things to look into, investigating this and that. As it happened, I took a rather pointless detour. But I'm still doing my best, trying to, do something good. Veronic was my rival. But was she a hero? Yes, and did seeing her lead me to self-reflection? Yes, it did. And as I reflected, I've learned I simply do not have the courage for, self-sacrifice. I'm no hero. There is no greatness within this coward's body. Seems I'm really nothing like her. Oh, I've only heard rumors. I certainly haven't seen it in person. I've heard alchemists found it sealed away in the ruins deeper underground. Now, I don't buy this, but my sources claim the discovery was alive, but not human. Perhaps that is why the alchemists seem to have cleared out the Rose Estate. Ah, you are perhaps seeking the alchemist tram. There was a tram here once, a long time ago. But it was deep underground, deeper than here. You can keep looking for it, but that tram to the Rose Estate's been out of commission for ages. I had assumed Veronic's vanguard took it down for, permanent maintenance. But you might yet be in luck. If you're looking for a route to the sea, take this. This key was given to me by an alchemist before he expired. He claimed it opened a secret passage to the coast. You can get more use from that key than I. Just past the ruins of the tram station, you'll see an entrance. Not sure why I held on to it. Just had a feeling it could be useful to someone. Did you say Arlecchino? Where did you hear that name? The blood artist. The puppet the legendary stalker hunted down to earn her title. His true name was Arlecchino. Of course, I've heard plenty of rumors. In my profession, how could I not? What I know for certain is that once Leia Florence brought him to heal, the alchemist took him. Where? Who knows? All records of Arlecchino and the blood artist have disappeared. One might even call it suspicious. Sadly, that's all I have for you. How in the world are you still alive? You really are one of the luckiest fellows I've ever met. All that effort to stop you down the drain. Proud of yourself? It's no great mystery, lad. For myself, obviously. Wait, you expected some grand speech on justice, honor, and duty? Meaningless concepts in this world. No speeches, just action. I just need to carry out my part in Sir Simon's grand plan. And then, I'll reap all the rewards I have sown. Whoever lives, dies, or fights means nothing to me. Let us take you, for example. You think your story means anything? You are a nuisance, to be disposed of. A nobody. Veronic was a nuisance too. One who dug too deep. The legendary stalker and the leader of the sweepers, two troublesome sides of the same coin. It is indeed unfortunate that my trap built for two snared only one. That so-called legend, Leia Florence, evaded my scheme. But you know where she is, don't you? I'm so glad you mentioned this. Of course, I too want only peace. You see, I abhor violence. We are not savages, my good fellow. I am grateful the alchemist dealt with Veronic. I find such things distasteful. Now, it's your turn. And what could be a more peaceful solution than you simply not resisting and allowing me to do what I must? Now, it's your turn. And what could be a more peaceful solution than you simply not resisting and allowing me to do what I must? Human beings can only keep secrets when they're buried with them. Everything else gets out. You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. You know far too much. It's time for you to die. Your fate will be the same as those traitors I sent to the bottom of the sea. So much wasted effort. Why didn't you just die gracefully in the ruins? Be of good cheer. Now that you've seen this place, I'll ensure your suffering ends for good. Behold, an elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemists as reward for my contributions. Now, on to more legendary challenges, for she too will die. Wait! What is happening? What's this? No! This cannot be! I drank real elixir! No! I was chosen! fellow hear me out, please? I can explain everything. All of it. Please, just don't kill me. All this happened. All of it. Because of the alchemist and that damned infighting. I had to pick a side. Don't you see? I'd have ended up like Veronic, or your precious legend. I had to choose. I chose Simon's side. I only did what he commanded. Please, I beg for mercy. If I did evil, it was not of my design, it was them. This isn't common knowledge. But when Valentinus ran things, she was, what was it, off limits. Whatever she got up to, we were told to ignore it, to pretend it wasn't happening. But even as Simon gathered more power and influence, she remained loyal to Valentinus, and when she and Simon came into direct conflict, a bounty was quietly and unofficially placed on her head. Competition was fierce. Veronic's faction targeted her repeatedly, and our side couldn't disobey orders. This is a mistake. But how? The alchemist gave me this elixir, no middleman. For the cure, it was complete. Worked on carcasses, they said. I was to have a stronger body, one immune to disease and infection. I was to become. But no. It must have been a mistake. They gave me the wrong one. The wrong elixir. I must have treatment. I must, my good, kind fellow. Please. Sir. What? No. How could you? You promised you would let me live. Please. Please. They promised. The alchemist. I must go to them. I must go to them and get my cure. You're just leaving me. But you must take me with you. I need treatment. You cold-blooded rogue. You're as bad as they are.